Hello all my lovely friends. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Well, it's Tuesday when I'm filming this. No, it isn't. I'm a liar. It's Wednesday when I'm filming this. This will probably be going up in like a couple weeks because I've been doing a really good job. Pat on the back for myself, actually like filming videos and just like having a bunch kind of sitting in wait on my laptop, which has been awesome because it makes it really easy for me to just kind of like throw a video up whenever I feel like it. So today we are going to be doing another Shop My Stash video. I had asked you guys on my community tab on my YouTube to help me shop my stash, pick out some items that you guys wanted. Not a lot of people responded. I think there's only like 6 comments, but that's okay. I'm going to feature all, if not most, of the products that you guys asked to see. A lot of different blushes were asked for, so I did pick one specific one, but we're just gonna go ahead. For primer today, I am just going to be using my Smashbox Primerizer, moisturizer, and primer in one, and that's just because I am going to be trying out, at this point I've already put up my haul video of breaking my no-buy, which, you know, I'm a little bummed that I did it, but at the same time, that's okay. It is what it is. And in that video I tried out the IT Cosmetics CC cream and I didn't really like it, so I wanted to try it again today, but with just a moisturizing primer, not a gripping primer, just to see if I like it a little bit better, if it, because I just found it was very clingy and it was very illuminating. So we're gonna try again. I'm also using just a bit of my Benefit Porefessional Hydrate primer, and that's because I don't want this foundation caking up or collecting in my pores if I can help it. So I'm just going to be smoothing some of this out in some of my troublesome areas. So for me, that is in between my eyebrows and my nose and the surrounding area. So we're gonna get straight into the foundation. So like I said, I am using the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination Color Correcting Illuminating Full Coverage Cream Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum and SPF 50. That is a mouthful. That's a lot to put on one bottle. I am in the shade Light Medium. I don't know. I didn't love the way that this sat the last time. I'm not super into really full coverage foundations, but we're going to give it another shot. So I've just got it. I'm just going in on a brush and I'm kind of just like tapping it in, less than a streaking motion. Because I find that the streaking motion just leaves streaks, obviously, in your makeup. I should have a mirror while I'm doing this. Okay, so I went away for 2 seconds to grab a mirror. Also, Tom was calling me from downstairs. I don't think he realized I was in the middle of filming. Not a big deal. So like I said, I'm just also, like, so just in a kind of patting motion, just to avoid getting any streak marks or anything like that. Also, I am, as I say, as I'm streaking, I'm going to definitely go in with my Beauty Blender as well, because I just think that that will help sort of eliminate any texture marks. Already I can see again that I'm not a big fan of this. I don't know if it's because it's full coverage and so that, you know, annoys me. It's not very fluid. I don't know. I just don't think that I'm a big fan of this. I just find that it settles kind of funny here and it really like amplifies skin texture, at least on my face. Just an opinion, you know. Whatever. For concealer today, I'm going to just play with my favorite, and that is my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla. The last video I actually filmed using this concealer, I only used this concealer, and I did like the effect that it gave. It made it a lot lighter on my face, that is for sure. But having said that, I do have a little bit of some more coverage that I'm looking for today, just because I had a little bit of a breakout. So we are going to go in also with the Hourglass. I think this is the Vanish concealer, and mine is in the shade Creme. Yeah. This is a really nice concealer. Now it is a little finicky, and I say that only in the sense that like certain foundations that I have used this with, it does not agree with. It kind of separates a little bit, particularly with my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I find that that is a big problem. While I let this tack down a little bit, I'm going to tackle my eyebrows just using my Benefit Precisely My Brow. I have the shade 2.5. I have also used the shade, I think just 2. They actually do have like a really, really good range of lighter shades, like different variations on light shades depending on what your hair tone is. So it's not just like, oh, here's this blonde color, because there's a lot of different kinds of blondes. There's like platinum blondes, dirty blonde, brown blonde, ashy blonde. Like there's tons and tons and tons of different shades of blonde, and even brown. Like maybe you've got a warm brown, maybe you have like a cool brown, like it just depends, soft brown, you know. So they have a really, really good color range, and I was able to really pick one that I thought worked for me. So now that that's done, we're going to go back in and just kind of smooth out that concealer. Now a little bit goes quite a long way. It is a very, very full coverage concealer, which is why, you know, sometimes I do put concealer up on my forehead, but I don't really have anything to cover today. Just to avoid like any cakiness or anything like that, I just kept it very much to underneath my eyes, my chin, under my nose, just because I have some shading around there. For setting powder today, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Cupcake. I also have the shade Pound Cake. This one is just, they both work for me, honestly. I think I do prefer this one a little bit better. The smell of these is, I don't know, kind of florally, and it kind of annoys me a little bit. Like I think they were going for like a sweet kind of a smell, but for me, I'm just really only getting like a baby powder floral kind of scent. I've never talked about that before. I know these powders have been around for forever. I've had mine for quite a while, but that's just side note. So the first product that I'm going to be using that was asked for by you guys was asked for by Savannah. She asked if I would use my Hourglass, what is this called? Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. So we're gonna do that. And this makes me feel really good because she is also one of the people that in a separate comment asked me for a particular blush, and somebody else asked me for a couple blushes. So I felt good knowing that like I could at least, you know, do her blush and then, or her bronzer, and then get a blush from another subscriber. This is a very dark blush. I'm not really paying attention as I'm doing this, and I'm like warming up the face a ton. But it's a nice bronze. It's not, kind of looks a little patchy and orangey, but that's just because I'm struggling with my life right now. I'm just going to buff it out a bit with just a big powder brush that I really only use for like setting powders and finishing powders. So if it does have any product on it, it'll just have that. I'm just trying to buff it out. So this does give a really, really nice warmth to the face. It has a really, really pretty glow in it. If you're more into a matte bronzer, these aren't going to be for you, but they are really pretty. Also very expensive, but really pretty. So Anna Thomas Gasco asked me to either use a Natasha Denona blush or a MAC Mineralize blush. So we're going to go with a Mineralize blush today. I think we're going to use the one Love Me Like Me. It's kind of a light peachy coral kind of color. I wasn't too sure which direction I was going to go. I think this is the one we're going to go. And I did make sure that I used my Natasha Denona Duo Glow blush in the last video that I filmed. So hopefully that's okay. Like I did try and make sure. And the reason Savannah asked me if I would use my Glow Play blushes, the reason I didn't is because I feel like for a while there, that's like all I was using were those Glow Play blushes, and I needed to give other parts of my collection a chance to shine. Now Mona, who I talk to all the time, I have her on Instagram. I sent her a bunch of stuff in the mail actually one time because she told me that she really liked like these big sunglasses that I got from FabFitFun, and I knew I was never gonna wear them, so I sent them down to her with a couple of other goodies. But she actually made quite a few requests for products. So the first one that I'm going to be using, this looks like a lipstick. It is a lipstick, but I purchased it as a highlighter. So this is MAC Soft Hint. It is a frost lipstick. It is a blue and shimmery, and it's very, very glittery. Now, having said that, I'm not a glitter person, but I will tolerate it in a lipstick form just because it's all kind of contained. It's not gonna get everywhere, if you know what I mean. Like a highlighter with like a lot of glitter, like a loose glitter, would go all over the place, but this is going to really, because it's in a lipstick, stay exactly where you put it. And it seems like kind of crazy to go in with like a blue, but it's just a really, really pretty, like icy kind of a tone. And it's got a lot of like silver and white undertone. I just think it's really, really pretty. And just to top that off, I'm also going to go in with a little bit of my MAC Soft Frost Extra Dimension Skinfinish highlighter. This is a basically white highlighter that kind of shifts to a purpley pink. So I thought that the two of those together would go really nice. I'm not going to put it on my nose. I'm just going to put it up here because creams always go really well on my nose, but they never go so well like actually like on your cheeks. And I just think the two mixed together gives this really, really pretty pinkish purple effect. For an eyeshadow primer today, I'm just going to be using my Pretty Vulgar Uncaged primer. I have been, know what? No, I'm not. I have been using this quite a bit lately just because I'm trying to decide if I really like it or not. But I think I am going to grab my MAC Painterly paint pot and just do a light dusting because I was watching a video put out by Robert Welsh about how to do a really, really good halo eye, and he used his MAC Painterly paint pot to do it. If you don't know who he is, I'll link his channel down below. He's obviously much, much bigger than I am. He's a professional makeup artist from the UK, and he puts up all of these videos, and he's not so much about teaching you the rules of makeup or what not to do and what to do, but he teaches like the theory of makeup so that you can pick what's good for you, even though it might not be good for someone else. And so even like the last video that I filmed, I think was, I don't remember, but I spent the whole time talking about like, this is how it works for me, but not for you. And I think that all just came from watching him so much. So I'm just going to run and grab my paint pot, and then we're going to get into an eye look. Okay, so it didn't take me too long. I am back now. The other thing that I did notice he did is he kind of put it on with a brush, like a really light dusting of it. So I'm going to try that. I normally just throw this on with my finger, but I don't know, let's just see. And the other thing, I think this is the wrong brush for this, but that's okay. I'll just keep kind of going. Other thing that I did notice that he did was he took some of this underneath as well. I don't normally prime underneath my eye, but I probably should, because I do carry color down there an awful lot. So now I'm just going to take a like blendy brush and just really blend that all out. Just trying a little bit of a new technique today. So we're basically going to follow his halo eye tutorial with a palette that I have. I'm going to tweak it a little bit for my own needs, but here we go. So once again, Mona asked if I would use my Makeup Forever Let's Gold palette, and I feel like I haven't featured this on my channel yet other than in like palette collections and stuff like that, so we're definitely going to use this today. She also asked me to go in with some MAC pigments, so I pulled a few that I thought kind of like went with the palette. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit here just for 2 seconds to talk about this palette. I really like this palette. I think it has a lot of fun colors. It's a very neutral palette while also giving you some really nice oranges and pinks to work with. I kind of see this, to be completely honest, as like almost two separate palettes. Like I kind of like divide it here and say that's a very like orangey kind of palette and that's a very like khaki greenish kind of palette. We're probably going to stay a little bit more on the khaki side today, but who knows? We'll see how I feel. There is a mirror in here, so I can just use this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to lay this soil color, I guess I've already broken my rule, all up in the crease. Just very, very lightly, we're gonna let the brush do the work. That is a very, very pigmented shadow. Now I'm going to keep this sort of to the natural shape of my eye. I'm not going to wing it. You definitely, as he says too, you could for sure do that, but for me, I just prefer sticking to the natural shape of my eye. So I am going all the way into the inner corner and all the way out with that color, just really, really packing it kind of on as much as I can. I'm going to take a blending brush and blend that out, get rid of any harsh lines. Just like that. The one thing I did notice about his tutorial is it's a lot of blending. It's a lot of going back with like clean brushes and stuff and blending them out like crazy. So I'm just going to take that soil color again. And in terms of doing a halo eye, I'm gonna have to try and do this looking very straight. So if you can't see it, I apologize. He basically said the point at which you should carry your dark colors to is if you're looking straight ahead, where is the iris of your eye? So go in that far on both ends. So looking straight ahead, just gonna pack some of that color onto the lid in both my inner and outer corner. And just leave the center empty. And then we'll do the same for this eye. Okay, and then with that same blending brush, we're just going to kind of blend that all out. So now we're going to go into a darker color. So we're gonna go into the color Mine. It's like this dark brown. And in kind of a similar way, I'm just going to take I'm going to do it with a pencil brush just because it's a little tighter. So you are going to take that in the crease, but like actually into the socket. So really, really pressing in there. I think I kind of screwed up already. That's okay. And then again, outer corner and inner corner. And I'm just going to repeat, but in a more careful manner on this eye. Now, obviously his eye shape is very, very different to mine. So this is going to come out probably completely different on me than it did on him. But I feel like the same basic like rules apply, is that like as long as you kind of stick to those areas, then you'll be okay. So then for the darkest color, we're going to use this color Treasure. Now it does have a glimmer in it. I guess I should say it has glitter in it, but it's a very, very dark color. So what I want to do with that is really just, and I'm also trying to just stay in this palette. Let's just pack that right on the outer corner. Also right on the inner corner. And again, I guess how smoky you want this halo to be would be how far in or not you would take those colors. Now the thing that he does also is he takes it right on the tip of the brush and like traces a line. Which made me really nervous, but now that it's done, I'm kind of okay with it. So we'll do the same over here and draw again a nice kind of a line. Now I'm gonna go back in with that blending brush and I'm just going to blend these all together. So I'm just doing it in kind of like a little bit of a swirl, little like rotate circular kind of motions. And again, if you were going to carry this up into a wing and wanted to extend it, you could blend it out, but I'm going to kind of blend it in that circle sort of downwards. Just like that. So far so good. Now I do want a little bit more of those browns kind of peeking through. I don't want to get them completely lost into the black, so we are just going to add a little bit of that and that. Just patting that in, still keeping that center nice and clear. Just like that. Now I have this bad habit of like, because when I smile I get like really bad like crow's feet, or when I laugh and stuff like that, I find that for me a lot of eyeshadow collects in that area. I don't really know how to solve that issue. So for the center portion, okay, there's a couple ways we can go. We can do like a champagne-y center, a gold center, or a green center. And I do have some really fun green pigments as well. So let's do this green. This is Golden Olive. I don't think they make this one anymore. You know what? Because I know that they still make this Chartreuse color, let's use that instead. So we're going to go in with that in the center, and then I might put the champagne in the middle too. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I feel like I don't use these near enough, which is why I was like really excited to use them. I'm going to try and use them dry, but if you wanted it to pop more, you could definitely use like a MAC Fix-It spray, Fix Plus, not Fix-It spray. I'm all over the place today, which I do have with me. And at this point too, you could also have put concealer on your eye if you wanted it to pop a little bit more, but I know how pigmented that these pigments are. So as long as I'm being very careful here and not getting it anywhere, we're gonna just do it this way. And I'm just tapping that in. If I go over the area I mean to go, we can buff that out, blend it a little bit more at the end. I love these kind of green shadows. They are my favorite. I don't know if they really work for me because I do have like green-ish eyes, so I wonder if they look kind of silly, but who cares? I'm just going back into that mine color just a little bit and just kind of putting that on either end of the green, because I feel like we got a little too much green going there. And then we're gonna risk it all and take the blending brush and blend out from the center, just like that. So it's kind of a halo eye. I don't know, it's kind of cool. I haven't decided yet. For underneath my eye, I want to use some of that original color, so that's Soil. We're gonna go in with that. It's gonna bring some of the warmth back because it's a very, very warm, reddish kind of brown. And we're also going to go in with that darker brown on the outside. And a little there too. We're kind of recreating that halo from above on the lower lash line. Now I'm not going to bring any green down because we're going to do that with a liner. So for a liquid liner today, I'm going to use my Hank & Henry Blickety Black Slick With It liner. We've got some black in here. Oh well, whatever. Just let it go. Again, I feel like this is the only liner that I've been showing in like all my videos lately, but I really like it. I think it's really pretty. Well, not pretty, it's a black liner, but it's really good. It's very fluid, very easy to get a nice tight line or a bit of a thicker line, whatever you would want. Now the green I was talking about, I'm going to go into, this is a Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the shade Freak, so we're just going to use that and kind of pop it in the waterline. So that's going to bring some of that green down. Do you see that? Without losing any of that darkness underneath the lash line. Just like that. For mascara today, just going to use my same go-to combo, so my Benefit Roller Lash. I should probably have switched this up, I feel like. Also got a lot of like black fallout all there, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm not a big fan of how my face makeup looks anyway, because that It Cosmetics CC cream is not for me. I can just tell. Also going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Tried and true volumizing mascara. Never fails. Who thinks that I need to invest in an eyelash curler? I haven't had one since like I was in university. I never use them. I don't know why or like what it is about me that's like so against them. I just don't use them. So I thought today it would actually be fun to try and use these Baddington lashes. I said I would do it eventually and I never did it. They're already kind of tacky from the glue that was that was holding them in the container. So I'll just use a little bit of my Duo Lash Glue. I do have clear lash glue, whatever. I actually really like these. They have a really, really nice thick band, which I'm hoping helps in getting these to stick to my eyelids, because with my MAC ones, it's not that they're not great, but like the band is so freaking thin that sometimes like you can't really get the product on it. So we'll see how these work out. I'm just gonna let that tack down a bit and you guys can watch in horror as I try and put an eyelash on. Now, I did not trim these down, so these are just gonna be how these are gonna be. I think I'm gonna put this one on this eye. They have a really thick band. I don't know how, I just said I liked it. I don't know if I like that for my actual eye. These lashes are a lot. I'm bailing out. I don't like it. I don't like the way that they're sitting. Sorry. I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of those big, big, big over-the-top eyelashes on myself. So the last thing that we're gonna have to do is a lip of sorts. So I pulled 3 products because I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go, but I think what we're gonna try is this Nude Sticks Magnetic Lip Plush Paints. This is in the shade Bahama Mama. I'm really, really keen to try these. I hope that they're as good as I hope that they are. Might be a little too dark for what I was thinking, but we're just gonna go for it. No, that's perfect. Wow, these are amazing. So I didn't put a lip liner down before, and that took, I don't even think I dipped it a second time. They're so comfortable. It's so lightweight, so velvety soft. Oh man, I'm so happy with that. And so I guess the only thing left to do is to set our face. So we're gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Extender Spray. I've got like black color all over my hand. So I'm just gonna do this. And there we go. We're gonna call that it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you for everybody who requested a product. I really appreciate the help. If you guys want to see me do this again, then comment down below or back on that community tab post. I'd love to do it again if there's some other kind of makeup that I have that you want to see. Mona kind of extended me, I almost take it as like a challenge, because her and I just posted, like I said today, my haul video, and I got the Melt Cosmetics Vita palette or whatever it's called, and she was saying that like she bets I can't get like 5 looks out of it, and looking at it I think it's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. So that might be appearing in my 1 palette 5 looks videos really, really soon. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.